Update version 47 was recently released, which is the last update of the year for Quest 2. Next to a few minor software updates, they also added compatibility with the Quest Pro Touch controllers. So let's talk about the updates and whether it's worth getting them for your Quest 2, and at the end, I'll share a quick tutorial on how to pair them. Cass here, and this is your channel for VR and XR. Please subscribe and like this video to support us, as that helps tremendously. The first thing added in the update is background audio playback. This means you'll be able to listen to something in the background while playing VR games, like music or videos. It works with any website via the browser, or you can use one of the supported 2D apps. I personally love having music on while playing VR games, so I think it's a great feature. Previously, trying to capture pass-through apps showed a black background. Sucks! So I'm happy that in this update you can now record the pass-through without jumping through hoops. To add to that, there are now shortcuts for capture. To quickly take a screenshot, hold the Oculus menu button and then press the right controller trigger. To quickly record a video, hold the Oculus menu button and then long press the right controller trigger. And this is just in time for the holidays. You can now make a wish list on the MetaQuest store, create a link and then share it with your friends and family to manipulate them into buying what you really want this Christmas. And we all know what that is, VR games. The last couple of changes is for the UI. On the mobile app, the friend system becomes more prominent, so it's simpler to see and engage with your VR friends. A shiny new widget also shows you the headsets and controllers battery life from your mobile phone. So you don't need to put on your headset to check that anymore. In VR, you'll now see your avatar hands instead of the ghost hands. Plus, there's now a mirror in your home environment, so you can say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" Kidding, it allows you to see how great you look, or click it to customize your avatar. You can now also pin apps to your universal menu if you want quicker access to some of your favorite games and apps. Now, the reason you probably clicked on this video, the MetaQuest Pro Touch controllers, which are now compatible with Quest 2. These are the self-tracked controllers that come with the recently released MetaQuest Pro headset, but you can also buy a pair separate from the headset for $300 US, and it will come with a compact charging dock, stylus tips, a short charging cable, and a power adapter. However, that's a steep price, as that's almost the same expense as one Quest 2 headset. So you might be wondering whether they're worth it. I'll try to answer this question now by talking about the pros and cons, but let's start with what I like first. In my Quest Pro review, I concluded that the headset isn't that much of an upgrade, but the controllers are, because they come with significant features. Each Quest Pro controller has 3 built-in sensors and a chip, making it possible for them to track themselves independently of the headset. And this is big, because tracking is actually amazing. It can now track behind the headset, behind your body, and possibly when you do a forward roll. It seems to track anywhere where the older controllers had trouble, and you definitely feel the difference when playing fast-paced games like Beat Saber, or games where you do a lot of behind-the-headset movements like bow and arrow games. I am also very impressed by the new haptics. It has multiple motors on the controller now, and that gives you localized feedback. So in certain games where the devs added support, you'll be able to feel things more precisely. An example I made in my previous video, and I'll make it again because it was strangely immersive, was shaking the spray can, and then you can actually feel the paint moving around in the can. If you have the controllers, try it out in Painting VR. The last thing I like is attaching the stylus tips, so the controllers become more like pens and you can use them to draw more precisely on flat surfaces like your desk or a wall. Although I don't draw a lot in VR, so I can see the benefit for like architects or something, but I don't use it often. Now, the Pro Touch controllers are definitely not all perfect. The controllers take a long time to calibrate when you pick them up initially to play a game. I've also had them decalibrate before during a game, and when a zombie is trying to eat me, it's not fun waiting a long time before they sync up again. It seems like the long desyncs only happen when you put them down, and they are on standby before you pick them up again. Just so you know, it rarely happens while playing a game. During yesterday's live stream, someone suggested me to put them in my jeans pocket and then wait a bit to see how long it will take before they sync up again, and that, good news, didn't take long. But currently there is an annoying bug where if I put down my headset and it goes on standby, which is fast, the controllers are not recognized anymore until I restart the whole headset. This isn't the case on the Quest Pro, so I think it's a software bug Meta needs to fix. Hopefully it's not a hardware bug. They also do not track well in dark rooms since the sensors on them need to be able to see, so keep that in mind. And I know a lot of you don't like this. They now have rechargeable batteries that you cannot remove, so if you run out of battery, you must be patient until they charge again. They should be able to do 8 hours at a time though, so only if you're a really hardcore VR player, this battery life might not be great, but you do get my respect. Previously, I also said I found drifting in some games, but I haven't noticed this much in my recent use of it, and I've been gaming with these controllers ever since I got them. Now the Pro Touch also adds new features like a precision pinch movement, this movement, and that uses the pressure sensor here on the curved thumb rest. The triggers can also track the curl and slide of your index finger. But since these controllers are so new, we need to wait until developers add these features to their games, so there's not much we can test yet, but do let me know if you find games that use it. I'd love to try it. So with this in mind, are they worth it? If you're on a budget, I don't think it's necessary at all, especially if you've been fine playing with the Quest 2 controllers, as it's really not that big of an improvement to justify the price. Plus, I expect a new Quest headset to come out, so then you might be able to buy a brand new headset with possibly these controllers. This is only speculation though, so take it with a grain of salt. I think only if you lose tracking a lot because maybe you play competitively or you're only into archery games and you spend a lot of time on those games, then I am sure you love these controllers as they are good quality. Let me know what you think though, and if you get these controllers for your Quest 2, or are you gonna wait for the next headset? Leave me a like while you're at it, as that supports us a lot, and to thank you, here's a picture of Milky Way. Now, before we move to my final thoughts, as promised, here's a quick tutorial on how to pair your Quest Pro controllers with the Quest 2. For this, I assume you already have your Quest 2 headset set up and the MetaQuest app installed on your mobile device. Now, launch the MetaQuest app. Tap on the menu at the bottom right. Tap Devices. Then select your Quest 2 headset from the drop-down menu. Scroll down a bit and tap Controllers. Now you probably already have your Quest 2 controllers paired. Unfortunately, it's not possible to have multiple pairs right now, so to be able to pair the new ones, you need to unpair them. So click on the controller and tap the unpair button. Do the same thing for the other controller. Now you should be able to see this screen. Tap Pair MetaQuest Pro left controller to start pairing. It may ask you to unpair the other controller, but we did that already, so just click continue here. Then pair it by hold pressing the two buttons shown on the screen. On the left controller, that's the menu and Y button. Do this for about 4 seconds and you'll see the lights on the controller turn blue and then yellowish, and that means it's paired. And then you should see this screen. Do the same thing with the right controller, except you'll need to hold press the menu and B buttons. Once that's done, you can put on your headset, and if you see the controller straight away, you're ready to go. If not, you might need to restart the headset first, and then the controllers might need an update, and when that's done, you should be able to see them in your hand and you're ready to go. Of course, updates are always rolled out gradually, so if you don't see the updates yet, wait a bit and it should come eventually. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've done any update videos, as I felt like many of these updates weren't as big as before anymore, sadly, or sometimes they come at the worst possible timing and I just don't have the time. But I do love software updates, as even the smallest updates can really improve our quality of VR life, so I really want to keep covering it, and I hope you find these valuable. Let me know in the comments below if you think so and what you think about these updates, and I hope to see you in the next. Please subscribe if you haven't yet for more videos like this one, and a special thanks go to our champions right here, and I see you in VR.